Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Casey Stubbs Show. And today I want to talk about how to make products that people love and why that's one of the most important things in your business if you're going to grow it. And so you think that's kind of obvious, but it's actually not. A lot of businesses will create products, and the users that their end users aren't using those products, or they're not having success with them, or they don't like them, or there's problems with them. But because they have great marketing and great marketing techniques, they're able to sell a lot of products that way. The problem is that eventually you're going to hit a wall, and there's going to be no more you're going to sell, because you're not going to get repeat business, you're not going to get referrals, you're not going to get word of mouth business, which is the best type of business to get. So it's important that we really take our time and create a product that people love, and to make sure they use it. And so for me personally, this is all about the $20 million journey. I know that if I can improve my product and make sure that my users are using that product, then it will help me along the way to my $20 million in growth. So that's what today's episode is all about. I'm going to share with you the steps that you need to do to create a product that people love. And it's going to be tailored to online, because that's what I do. It's if it was about manufacturing or some other type of business, service industry, those things would still be relevant, but they would be different. It'd be a different strategy. So the thing that I first want to do is what has been called the activation rate. And what that means, finding your activation rate, which means, for example, I sell an educational product about the finance industry. For me to know the activation rate, I need to know how many people are, one, using the product after they buy it. And after they buy the product, how many of them are finishing the product to completion. So I need to know how many people are starting the product, starting the course, the educational course, and how many people are using it to completion. Because if they don't use it, they're not going to refer it. If they don't use it, they're not going to love it. You've got to get it in front of people so they can use it, and make the process as simple as you possibly can. And so the first step is tracking a user journey. So from the moment that they get the product and have access to it, I have to track their user journey. Step by step, what needs to be done to be completed. And then track the data from each one of those steps. And once you know that, then you're going to be able to see where people are having problems. So if it's an educational course, I want to send them their contact information, their login information, and then track that and see how they can get access. And if people are starting to drop off, so how many people are completing this first step? So if it's 80%, I need to look at it and say, okay, good, 80% is a good number, but what can I do to make it 90%? What can I do to streamline it and make it better? And then go through each step. So step 2, after they log in, then they have to read the first lesson, and they have to answer the questions, and then they have to do the exercises. What is in that can make it better? And so what I did to really tackle this is, we have a lot of different products going on, and so with my team, we had a meeting. And what we did was we decided to track every user journey and write them all down, and then talk to each other. And then we're all looking at the user journey, because ultimately our goal is to help people make better financial decisions and make financial investment plans, and also to trade the markets more effectively. So if we're not tracking to see if they're actually doing that, then we're failing our mission. So having the user journey as simple as possible makes a big difference in the success of our growth rate and the success of our mission of a company, which is to change people's lives through their financial investing. So here's the thing. We really take this seriously, and as we do that, we're going to see growth. So step one is to track that user journey. Step two is to get feedback from your users. One thing I do is I have them record themselves using the product, and then I have them share all of the information that they're learning along the way. If they like it, if something's confusing, if something's difficult, and you would be amazed at the stuff that I'm learning by watching people use my product. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that. And so by doing that, it is teaching you how to make a better product because you're learning, you're watching other people do it. And a lot of people don't do this because they're afraid to see what they're going to find. And I think I've been guilty of that. I'm afraid to see what I'm going to find. It's not going to look good. People are going to be mad. People aren't going to like it. But that's okay because I want to make it better. So I want to see the bad stuff. I want to see what's messed up, right? And because of the ability to see that, because I have the willingness to see that, then that's going to be able to help me fix problems. So step one is to track the user journey. Step two is to watch your users using your product so you can find mistakes. You can find things to fix. So right there, then step three, after that, you start making the process. Since you're tracking your metrics, you're finding out where the problems are, you're watching your users, now the third step is to fix it. Now you fix everything that you see, and then you test the metrics again. And you say, okay, after I fix these problems, am I seeing better user rates? Am I seeing better success rates? And I'm getting more referrals. And then you do this on a regular basis, and as a result, you're going to see your access grow and your business grow. Your referrals are going to grow, and you're going to have to spend less money on marketing because your users are going to do it for you. And the next part of that is after you've really improved your activation rate, you improve the user journey, you make sure that people are using the product, well, then you're like, okay, now I know they're doing it, I'm going to create a really solid referral program because I know I have a great product. Before that, maybe I wasn't willing to use a referral program because my user rate was only 4% of the users actually finished the course because it was too confusing, too difficult, and they couldn't figure it out. And so who's going to refer that? Nobody. And now that I have been able to track that journey, I have more success. I'm willing to get a referral program out there because now 50% of the people are loving it. And I'm just going to continue to improve that. And plus, if someone's referred, they're more likely to finish it anyways because their friend did it. It's a little extra motivation. So, work on tracking your user journey, and you're going to see a big difference in your growth overall as a business. This is all part of me growing from the $20 million or from $2 million to $20 million. And I've been stuck for a while, and being stuck is terrible. But the secret is you find mistakes, you look at yourself, you find out what you need to do, you do the hard work that other companies aren't willing to do. And when you do that, you're going to begin to see your growth rate. All right, now I'm going to move on to the discussion question for today. And it's a very simple question, and it is this. The discussion question for today is, do you right now track your user journey? Why or why not? So do you right now track your user journey? Why do you do it? Give us some examples. Or why don't you do it? Is it something that you're willing to start? Because when I started doing it, it made a big difference. Okay, well, that's it for today. Short little lesson, but a valuable one. There's some really good nuggets in there. Thank you so much for listening, and please go to Apple Podcasts and share this message.